Hello and welcome to Digital Learning Day, Revolutionizing the Classroom with AI. My name is Christine Danhoff and I'm the Technology Integration Specialist at Genoa Area Local Schools in Genoa, Ohio. Today we're going to take a look at ways that you can incorporate artificial intelligence and speakers such as Alexa, Google Home, Siri into your classroom. If you have any questions today during our event, please follow the bit.ly link that is shown here, and you can ask questions live and I'll be able to answer them while we go. To access today's resources, please go to the bit.ly link up here, bit.ly/DLDAI20. That way you can try out some of these tools and resources in your own house or in your classroom to try and use them in your own setting. My contact information is found here. If you want to get in touch with me on Twitter or by email after today, please feel free to do so. I'm going to demo a quick Alexa blueprint skill that I built, and this is how you can create your own as well in your classroom or have your students create their own. Alexa, who is Christine Danhoff? Alexa, who is Christine Danhoff?
Christine Danhoff is the Technology Integration Specialist at Genoa Area Local Schools. She is passionate about bringing new experiences to students in the classroom that spark their interest and make them think critically. She loves to work with other educators and tell them how augmented and virtual reality can be integrated into the curriculum, as well as demonstrating ways computer science and AI can be incorporated into the standards. She enjoys spending time with her husband Jerry, son Jonah, and 3 dogs, Buddy, Dino, and Boomer.
That was a skill that you can create called custom question and answer in Alexa Blueprints, and I'll show you what that looks like today. So thinking about our world that our students come from, or the world that we live in, almost 50% of our searches are done by voice. Think of how we can use our voice already in our world. Our TVs have it embedded. We can tell our TV what channel to go to. We can tell our cars to call someone on the phone. We can ask for information at the touch of our fingertips, and there's so much more that's out there. According to Ask My Class, 55% of households will have a smart speaker by this year alone. That has grown tremendously. Let's take a look at a skill called Voiceflow that I've created to give you a little bit more information about artificial intelligence. Alexa, open What's AI?
Hello. What is your name?
Christine.
How are you doing today, Christine?
Great.
Glad to hear that. Christine, what can I help you with today?
What is AI?
The term AI or artificial intelligence is often used to describe machines, or computers, that mimic cognitive functions that humans associate with the human mind, such as learning and problem solving.
Okay, can you simplify that?
AI is the ability of a computer program or a machine to think and learn.
Thanks. All right, so you can see here, you can set up your own skills, and I'll show you examples of student-created examples for choose your own adventure stories. So let's dive right in. What would you use AI for in your classroom? Here's just some of the ideas. Reminders, students that are going to and from your classroom to other classrooms, reminding yourself that you need to have so-and-so line up or go home at a certain time. Setting routines that you do daily, morning calendar, having your kids do bell ringer work. You can set those all within the Alexa app on your device. Have background music playing for your students. Have them practice their speaking skills so they can speak clearly and learn how to talk loudly in front of other adults and students. Having it be an assistant for writing, for spelling, for math. Allowing it to be an accessibility option for those students that need it. Supporting their literacy, having them listen to stories and answer questions. Use critical thinking skills to play games and think about what will happen next. Practice using their listening skills where they really have to tune in order to find out what they're going to do. And also play gamified activities where they can do some learning that way as well. So, data and privacy come up as well when you talk about bringing a smart speaker into the classroom. Well, there's some things that you can do to help this. Ask My Class has got a great privacy tip sheet here that gives you some information about how you can press the mute button so that way your device is only listening when you would like. You can also use an Alexa remote, as you see pictured here. The Alexa remote will allow you to only press the button when you want to talk or when your students want to talk. You can also go into the app settings and delete your recordings that you've done for just the day or for the whole time. You can even set yourself a reminder to say, Alexa, to delete everything that you had said. So we're going to take a look at the first one here today, and it's called Ask My Class. Ask My Class is a great resource for teachers that ties in many of the things that you already are doing. So when I go into Ask My Class here, you're going to see that I have the option of over hundreds of free activities without having to sign up. I would highly encourage you, though, to try it out and then think about signing up, because once you sign up, you have access to enter your own students' names in for the class picker, create your own skills, and do so much more. They've just added a great feature of social emotional learning modules. And you can see here when I click on these, it has lesson plans and stories and questions that you can do as lessons with your kids on growth mindset, empathy, and so many other things that are there. Here's some examples of those, and then you can also see some of the other activities that they have built into it. Asking your class for icebreakers, asking them to dance, asking them what they could do during inside recess. If you live in Ohio and in our area, you know that there's a lot of inside recess days during the winter. The great thing is, like I said, if you subscribe, you can also create your own skills. You can add your own audio or music transitions. You can enter your own words for spelling quiz. You can also have these phrase cards that you'll see here. This is a great starting point, and you can download these as well. These are for the elementary and middle school, and they also make phrase cards for preschool. And you can see that there's all kinds of things you can do for your students to do yoga, to do countdowns, asking for a certain word problem for your students to practice, and even some more with that. I highly encourage you that if you are starting to use a smart speaker, such as an Alexa device with your students, to do this Alexa, ask my class to start Alexa expectations game. And that way, when you do this with your students, it gives them a chance to know when is it appropriate to use the Alexa, when is it not appropriate to use it. There's some other great things that you'll see here when we're talking about word problems. Let's try one out. Alexa, ask my class for a first grade word problem.
Here's your first grade word problem. Zoe had 21 white chocolate pieces and 9 milk chocolate pieces. How many chocolate pieces does she have? Once again, Zoe.
So you can see that Alexa is going to ask problems that are appropriate for your students in order to have them listen to the skill and then think about it, write it out on their paper or dry erase board, and answer it. We're going to try another one. Alexa, ask my class for a daily affirmation.
Please listen to the daily affirmation and then repeat after me when you hear the bell. We'll say it twice. Here it is. With hard work, I can reach all of my goals.
With hard work, I can reach all of my goals.
Listen once more and repeat after the bell so we.
As you can see here, our preschool teacher, Mrs. Carrie Giles, has been using Alexa in her classroom with her preschool students. She's incorporated Ask My Class and the daily affirmation into her morning and afternoon circle time activities with the students. She also uses an Alexa remote with her students, so that way when she wants to ask those things, she pulls the remote out of her pocket, talks into the remote, so that way Alexa isn't constantly coming on while she's working with students. It's a great way to teach them to pause to think, but also talk about ways that they can build their confidence. Alexa, ask my class for yellow.
If you're feeling nervous, silly, or distracted, then you're in the yellow. I might be able to help. Stay in this quiet place with me, away from others. Gently close your eyes. Touch your ears.
So you can see sometimes we have those students that just need a break from the group. They could go over to the smart speaker device and ask for how they're feeling. It's going to give them some coping strategies to settle themselves down. One more feature I want to show you about Ask My Class, even though there's a ton of them in there, is another great coping strategy. It's asking the class to draw with Kevin. Well, with Kevin, it's going to play some background music, and then you'll see this activity here where they can pick what they want to draw. It will guide the students through how to draw these things while calming them down and getting them back to where you need them to be. Here's another awesome way to incorporate Alexa or smart speakers into the classroom. This one is called Voiceless. And with Voiceless, think of it as quizzes or some type of quiz that you can create your own questions for. I'm going to show you what it will look like here. So you have your own quizzes that you can create. Multiple choice is an option. You can do true, false, or you can do flashcards. And you set it up to do review questions or do things that students are going to be learning. Use it as a pre-assessment, use it as a post-assessment. It's just a neat way to be able to track when students are on here. You do get data from it afterwards, so whichever ones you've created, you can get that information from there as well. So let's try one out. Alexa, open Voiceless.
Hi, welcome back. Do you want to resume Quiz Map Superstars?
No.
Welcome to Voicelets. Please state your 4-digit Voicelets ID.
2016.
Welcome to Mrs. Donoff's Map Superstars Voicelet. I will ask you 10 questions. Try saying a number between 1 and 3. You can also say repeat to hear all options. Let's begin. Question 1. Which ones describes the symbols on a map? 1. Equator. 2. Latitude. 3. Map key.
3.
That answer.
And you can see as we go through the Voicelets, it's going to be just a practice activity that they can do independently or they can do with a partner over on the side.
That answer is correct.
All right, so now we see that we have Voicelets that we can use as well to create our own skills within here. So we're going to move into Alexa Blueprints, which was one of the ones that I showed you I made a question and answer for. So what can you do with Alexa Blueprints? Well, you pick one of their blueprints, you fill in the blanks and add your own information, and then you use, share, or publish your skill. Now, I've used these before and I've shared, but I've not ever published before. You can publish them if you would like, but if you're just using them in the classroom, you can just have them right within your Alexa blueprints. So you can see here, it says my home, and I have all kinds of different things that I can create with it. And then I have my skills that I've created and made for the classroom. So when I go back to home here, some of the things that you can do that are awesome are coming down here. You can create your own quiz. You can do your own listening quiz, which could be for language arts, for science, social studies. You can do a story quiz as well. And then coming down a little bit further, my favorite is the game show one. And we're going to take a look at that one as well today. So here's the example of the game show and why you would want to use this. Alexa has these awesome buttons you can purchase from Amazon. I have 4 of them right now. You could do 2, and you can have up to 4 when you play any of the games that are on there. So within the Alexa Blueprint skill, I will come down here and say I'm going to create a game show, and you'll say you're going to make your own. And it kind of guides you right through. You're just adding your own question, answer, you can add a hint. You also are telling Alexa what to say when the students are wrong or when they're right. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this. So let's try. Alexa, Openwater game show.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Alexa, open map skills.
I found a few skills that might help. Do you mean math facts?
So you can see here that our students, these are preschoolers, were practicing some of their standards using the Alexa, and they were answering Alexa's questions, and you'll see the remote being used as well.
We are waiting. Contestant 2.
Students love doing this. They get super excited with using it in the classroom. Just a fun way to come up with your own review games of the content you're teaching. So last but not least, we're going to take a look at another creation tool called Voiceflow. Now for this one, we had high school students doing a choose your own adventure type of Shakespeare project. And this was from one of our language arts teachers, Miss Amanda Fox. She did an awesome job with these students, and the students did an awesome job as well. So let's hear one of their created contents. Alexa, open Merchant of Venice adventure.
Welcome to Italy, or shall I say, Benvenuto in Italia.
You are in Venice, Italy. Your name is Bassanio. Although you dislike it, you are very poor. You would be a handsome young man if only you had some stunning clothes to impress the girl of your dreams. But, you find Shylock the moneylender. You finally get the chance to impress your girl Portia. Do you take this chance to impress Portia, or do you leave the moneylender?
Leave the moneylender.
You left the moneylender. You lose your chance with Portia, but as you're walking away from the moneylender, you see this beautiful girl walking in. Do you talk to her or walk away?
Walk away.
You walk away and lose your chance with her. Do you
Alexa,
go home or to
stop. So you can see from here that these students actually incorporated their own voice recording into Voiceflow, and it looks something like this. So when you set it up, it's a whole type of mapping option here where when something is said, then you have to find out what's going to happen next. So it can incorporate their voice. There's some kind of coding even built into it if they want. But it was a really great way for them to create their own choose your own adventure type activity and then test it out with a group. You actually publish this skill right to your Amazon account. So you have Alexa and Google as options to create with Voiceflow as well. So really awesome thing to try and check out with your students. Other Alexa skills that are out there. If you go into the Amazon store here of all the skills, you're going to see everything that may be available here in skills. So when I go in here, it's going to give me all kinds of things that are there. I can go to education and reference and narrow it down and just kind of go through and see what's even out there. As I look through the description or try them out on my device, I can go into and see what are the skills I have already tied to my account. So you can see there's a bunch of different things out there that do correlate right with your standards and with students to be able to use in the classroom. So let's take a look at what some of these are. Alexa, open Akinator.
Hi, I'm Akinator. I can read your mind. Think of a character. I will try to guess it. Are you ready?
Yes. Stop. So from here, We can take
Do you want to restart a game?
We can take any character that we may be thinking about and have Alexa try to guess the character that we're thinking of. It is amazing that she can actually guess any kind of book character, movie character, etc. Help your students with spelling. They can ask it to spell slow certain words. They can practice their addition facts. You can practice your times tables. These are just some that I would recommend trying out on your own. Last but not least, I'd like to share with you our G-Tech Summit that Genoa Schools will be hosting on August 4th. I know some of you have been here before, and I'm looking forward to having many more out to be presenters as well as attending. If you are interested in presenting, please go ahead and submit a call for a proposal there, and make sure you do save the date for August 4th. Last but not least, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your news. From Christine Donoff's awesome session on using AI.
Thank you so much for listening and watching today. If you'd like more information about using AI in the classroom, please go to the link bit.ly/all capitals DLDAI20. I look forward to hearing what you're doing in your classroom. Have a great day.
That's all for now.
If you would like to get in touch with me, here's my information again. Please take a moment to share your feedback about AI in the classroom, and don't forget the code that you'll need for your form. Have an awesome day, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.